it not?
It is.
We are appreciative of the opportunity to serve, you may ask.
Yes, Theo, thank you for being here. My first question is, what is the deeper spiritual meaning behind the current Iran conflict?
It's all part of the change of humans coming together. It began in the pandemic for you to see that there are no boundaries between you. It matters not the country of where you're born or live. It matters not the voice you speak in, the color of your skin, the language. You are all one. You're one species on this planet, and you are all connected energetically. And this is the evolution now of consciousness, of recognizing that oneness and collaborativeness between you. For great things are to come as you collaborate together. If you were in space and you looked at the Earth, you would see no demarcation lines between countries, states. The only demarcation lines you would see would be water. There are no boundaries between you energetically, and the pandemic proved that. It did not care where you were in the world. It affected everybody. Yes? It also showed you as the earth stopped doing, the earth itself can cleanse itself very rapidly. So you've been given information over this time, if you pay attention, to what can create a change for the better for the planet and for all species on it. So this is a shift of consciousness that is now, that's never happened before. You're in the fifth dimensionary energy space, which is much more refined vibrational frequency. And the veils between your multidimensional expression and experience are very thin. So you're very finely connected to source more than you've ever been.
Is this specific conflict the beginning of a turning point in global consciousness, or is there going to be a greater conflict? Is this going to escalate even more and more in the coming years into some other thing?
We would say this is quite extensive, isn't it?
Yes.
We would say it could happen if you need more of it. But this is an opportunity of change. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
And each and every one of you have more power than you think you do. Humans teach others to treat them the way they do.
Mm-hmm.
You are collaborators, but what has occurred is there are those who wish to have control and know how to manipulate. And then others who acquiesce to that manipulation. So this is an opportunity for all to come together, collaborate for the changes that you desire in the world. Not in trying to overcome others, but as an invitation of that collaboration and love. You all want the same things, or most of you do, the majority want to have a life well lived, a sustainable life, love, to be loved and to give love, and to enjoy the beauty of the planet. Yes? So knowing you're all the same, no matter the color of the skin or language you speak or where you're from, there is the oneness that is evolving now in that recognition. And the structures will be so to support that.
Theo, let me ask you, you just mentioned the languages and the colors of the skin. In the grand scheme of the plan for Earth and for humanity in this time period, what was the purpose of separating us by language, separating us aesthetic, from the outside, separating us from language, separating us by color, and all this stuff of separation, this illusion of separation, when the truth is, you're right, we are all one, we are all connected. But what was the purpose of all of that? Because it seems to have caused so much trouble over the centuries.
That's because humans have led fear-based lives, making someone that didn't look like you other. And it's happened in the animal kingdoms as well. They look different, don't they? But they're all animals. Yes. As humans are animals as well. The diversity of the color of the skin and languages is a gift. It's a beautiful gift. If you were all the same, how boring would that be? If there was only one writer of a book, only one book, how boring. One composition, one composer. Yes? There needs to be this diversity between you to appreciate each other and the self, for the gifts you come to give. For each of you have your own gift, the truth of your being to share with the world. And it matters not if there's someone else doing a similar thing, that's not you. You're different frequencies. Your souls are unique frequencies that are eternal and unique. There's not one other human like you. Though you may have children, you may, mothers and fathers, you linked in this way genetically. These are patterns that are changing as we speak. DNA is changing as you grow spiritually as well. So the body is shifting and changing to a better body, if you would, as you grow spiritually. But if you look at a garden of flowers, the diversity of them gives it beauty. So if you look at humanity as flowers, it gives beauty to it. Yes?
Is humanity now moving away from the fear-based systems of power that we have?
Yes. And what would love do? This is a time of shift into the fifth dimension, is about the recognition of unconditional love of self and others as the self. And these are words that have been given over ages of time since the third dimension, which is your physical reality. There have been teachers teaching this message. Yes, it's not new, but it's taken this evolution this long to understand it. And what is unconditional love? It's a state of being observing, not judging, being interested in one another, not in judgment. If there's judgment that is happening, there's an emotional component or trigger that something inside of you is seen in another, something that you don't appreciate. And so that's why we brought forth the soul integrative process to align the self with the soul vibrational frequency and understanding of that state of unconditional love of self.
What new forms of leadership might emerge in the coming years?
Those who listen to the people and not there for their own power, their own desires individually to be met.
That would be nice.
That's part of the fifth dimension. That's part of consciousness shift. And there have been leaders in your world that have been those minds. But imagine if all could achieve that. That's the time you're living in. Not just one person, but each and every one of you recognizing the magnificence of the souls that you are.
Now, my next question is about spiritual leaders. Recently, there has been a lot of well-known spiritual leaders who are losing credibility and influence. Why is this happening in the spiritual space? Some very well-known people who have helped millions of people, but things have come out about them that is not correct, not right, and they've done horrible things.
That's a form of judgment of observation, isn't it?
It is.
In the sense of what is deemed horrible or not.
Right.
Each of you, understand this, creates situations and circumstances for your learning, for your highest aspects of learning. They have chosen their path. The soul has drawn to them perfectly what's appropriate for their growth. So Y indicates there's a victimization here of them. There is not. It is all choice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Daily, you make thousands of choices. But we would say it stems from the lack of self-love.
Well, so with that said, is the era of the spiritual guru coming to an end?
In that form, imagine that you're all one. You're on a spiritual journey. Everything's spiritual. You don't hang your soul in your closet when you go to work. Everything that you do, all the hours that you live, your soul is drawing to opportunities of the growth, no matter where you are. It's how you perceive them that is changing. When you know you are the creator of your life, a life that wants more life lives through you, for you, as you, then you take responsibility, the ability to respond to that life, rather than to feel you have no power and are victimized by it. You broaden the aperture of your perceptivity, and then you act in those ways that allow you to understand differently. What if something wonderful will happen in life rather than a fear-based, what if something terrible will happen? Because how you think is what you get. The power of the word. There first was the word. So word is thought, it's written, it's spoken. Yes? So we're asking you to evolve in your awareness of the truth of who you are, not in perceptivity of others' judgments about you, or letting situations, circumstances, and condition dictate who you are. Meaning, if you're having a difficult time, doesn't mean that you're bad or undeserving. It just means you're growing in this opportunity. And if you see it from a perception of what's the gift and blessing I can glean here to expand my awareness, it's a very different life you will live.
How can then, this is a question I get asked all the time, how can people discern authentic spiritual teachers?
You have a barometer, a truth barometer within you. Most will show you who they are as you're speaking about this, yes?
Mm-hmm.
And you know when truth is spoken to you, and you know when you speak it to others, because of that barometer inside you, gut feeling, if you would, but your body has a visceral response to it. If you ask on the inner to your higher power, is that true? You will know. But most do not ask. They are followers giving the power away, not questioning. We say to all who we teach as well, critical thinking is important. Is that true? Does it make sense?
Are we entering a time where individuals are becoming their own spiritual authority?
Yes.
And we will, when will that happen? Or is it
happening
gradual?
now as we speak.
It's a gradual process.
It's been thousands of years. That's gradual. But there has been a quickening of that energy now.
Why is that?
The fifth dimension, it's much more refined.
So what major consciousness shifts will occur for the rest of this year and also up for the next 4 or 5 years, 6 years, 10 years?
It's moving very rapidly now, and each and every one of you doing your inner work, doing your own personal work, not giving your power away to others. The critical thinking we speak about, being open and opportunities of learning. Those who think they know everything because they've been on the path for a while are stunting their growth from going forward, because there will always be this evolutionary process of more to know and more to experience. That's what you've come to Earth to do.
How will AI and technology affect humanity's spiritual evolution?
It's giving an opportunity, like any other innovation has done, to expand knowledge. And it's only as good as the question you ask. So it would beget others wanting more information by asking better questions. Yes?
Mm.
It's like an encyclopedia.
Mm-hmm.
More things were written in encyclopedias as more growth and understanding and questions were asked. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
And the aperture of life opened to know there was more to know. So now you have your technology. AI is a technology. You have your computer that connects you to the world in an instant. So you're being given all these tools to expand consciousness and knowledge. It's how you use them.
What challenges must humanity still face before real unity emerges?
The greatest challenge you have is loving yourself, because everything else is exterior, isn't it?
Very much.
So you want the exterior to change, you change the interior.
Let me ask you, there's been a lot of, as all the industries and systems start to crack and crumble around us, and we're all actively seeing this, I need to ask you in regards to specifically what's happening in media right now. There is like a combination or a conglomeration of, one family, one small group of people trying to control massive amounts of influence, whether through the news, through media in general, through social media, and all of that. Specifically, I'm talking about a family that owns Paramount Pictures, who's now buying Warner Brothers, and then they also just bought TikTok. It's way too much power and control of messaging for one family, for any one entity to be able to control. It's just massive. What is your take on what is happening in the media industry right now?
No, it's shining a glaring light on that, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Where, again, the people and the laws that are created by the people to be enforced in these large conglomerations. And it's all about money, isn't it? And when you start realizing that money is not everything, money has no power in and of itself. It's what people give it.
Mm-hmm.
So giving power away to those who have money isn't the way to do it. They have no more power than you. except they have greater amounts of money, and that's what they're striving for, with the belief that that's power. And it has been in the past, hasn't it? But this will all right itself because of the creativity of the many.
Mm.
And what is being seen here previously was all done in hiding. Now it's public is aware of it, and things can be put in place to stop things that are destructive by the power of the people. But creativity will not stop, and innovation will not stop, and the desire for entertainment will not stop, and the desire for knowledge. They cannot stop or control that happening, even though there are some who would like to. Because each of you are empowered now with your own technology. Everyone in the world, save maybe one or two, has a technological opportunity to connect to the world. That's power.
What message do you most want humanity to hear right now?
What we want for all of you is for you to love yourselves as we love you. If you could see yourselves as we see you, there would be no discontent. There would be that solid state of unconditional love, which is God.
Theo, do you have any final words to leave the audience with?
Fear has been the patterns of the past. Let it no longer dictate you. There is nothing to fear. You're more powerful than you know. And as you come into that fuller awareness, it's not through conceit or narcissism, but soul-centeredness. And as you do this, you will treat each other appropriately with love. You are complete with your ask.
I am. Thank you so much for being here, Theo.
God's love unto you. Good day.